George.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, Willie. Oh, I'm so hungry. I could eat a horse.
Sorry to disappoint you, but we've got fish cakes again. All right.
Yes, lovely.
Ha, ha, ha.
There you are. They're a bit dry. It's because they've been in the oven a long time. And after all, this is the third day of them.
Benny, I think your fish cakes are fabulous.
They're not if you listen to Sam.
All I said was not again, that's all.
But it was the way you said it. And if you'll kindly remember, you said something about them being dry and tasteless. And if it wasn't for the tomato sauce, you wouldn't know you were eating anything.
All I said was I better have a lot of tomato sauce on this one, or something. I can't remember the exact words.
George, I want to have your fish cakes, or shall we have one?
I don't want them.
Oh, shut up, Willie. Why isn't the television on?
It's not working. It blew up.
Blew up? George? George, are you all right?
He's been sitting like that since you realised it wasn't going to start again. You should have
George?
seen him when it first happened. He was banging it and
George.
crying. And...
All right, Willie, that's enough. Now, George, it's only a television set, not the end of the world. It happens to them all sooner or later. It was only to be expected. But it had had a long life. It was an old set.
Death comes to all of us, George.
Look, it might even be easy to fix. Come and have your fish cakes and I'll have a look at it.
Can't you do it now? Spy trail.
Oh, all right, if it'll make you happy.
I'll put your fish cakes back in the oven.
Willie, come and give me a hand. Will you get me a screwdriver, please? George, make sure it's unplugged.
Why?
You've always got to unplug a television set because of all the electricity inside of it. Don't want me to end up in hospital as well, do you?
I don't think Mum would be very happy about you taking the telly to bits.
Well, Mum isn't here, is she? She's in hospital. We've got to make decisions for ourselves. I'm only going to have a look at it anyway, that's all.
And I think it's very dangerous.
Well, I'm not too happy about it myself.
It's probably the valves. Valves are always going wrong.
Oh, you have valves in your heart. There's a picture in the biology lab with a man with all his skin off in half a skeleton, so you can see all his muscles and veins and valves.
Sounds horrible.
You get used to it.
Oh, there's a notice here. Says not to remove the back of the set. No. No, I'm not going to try it, thank you very much. We'll just have to wait until we can afford a repairman who might know what he's doing.
But you promised to fix it. You promised.
I'm sorry, George. We're just going to have to wait for a repairman.
When?
Well, I don't know. We've just had the telephone bill. That's made a big hole in the kitty. Well, maybe next month.
Next month, that's years ago.
I'm sorry, George. George? George, where are you going?
I'm going to ask Miss Smith if I can watch hers.
George, you are not going up there.
Why not?
You know how nosy she is. She'll start to ask you questions and you won't know what to say to her.
She'll find out about Mum being away and Auntie Olive not being able to look after us. I won't say anything. I'll just sit there.
We can't risk it. Anyway, it wouldn't be safe to become too friendly with Mrs. Batty. She'd be in and out of here at every opportunity.
But she's got to tell you, and she's always watching it. And it's Tuesday.
What difference does that make?
The Tuesday Western.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
I'm going.
George! George! George, I forbid it!
You can't. No. 3 against 1, George. Oh. Don't kick him. No.
George, come and have something to eat.
What am I going to do? You're going to have some fish cakes. After. What am I going to do after?
Oh, we'll think of something. Oh, I don't know, lots of things. Willie, if you're quite finished eating, why don't you ask George to play a game?
All right, George. I'll come get the football and we'll go out.
I don't want to.
Yes, I asked.
Well, ask him what he wants to do.
All right, George. What would you like to do?
Watch telly.
I didn't bother asking, really.
Look, we used to have lots of games in this house. Ludo, snakes and ladders, racing games. Go and have a look in your bedroom.
All right.
I don't want to play any games.
Now, George, don't be difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I just don't play any games. George, would you like to read some poetry?
You could always try, Binny. And I can try and finish my tea.
I met a traveller from an ancient land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert, near them on the sand. Half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command.
That is boring.
You're boring. You're very boring. Boring and stupid. And I, for one, I'm glad your what no telly isn't working, because it serves you right for not being able to appreciate the beauty of Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley.
Well, he is only 9, Binny.
And I don't think he'll ever reach 10.
I'm going next door.
You're not!
Look what I found. Monopoly. We haven't played it for ages. I sorted out all the money and it's all here.
I'll only play if I can be banker.
You can't be banker, you're too young.
Will you let George be banker, please, for my sake?
Oh, all right. Blackmailer.
Look, we are a family, and families are supposed to stick together in times of stress and hardship.
You can't call the telly breaking down a time of stress and hardship.
It is.
It is for some of us, Binny. Look, if you play with Willie and George, I'll go and do the washing up.
Oh, you don't have to do that, Jess. I'll play with them anyway.
Here you are, Binny.
Thank you.
Here you are, Mrs. Moneybags.
Right, now who goes first?
You roll the dice and the highest number goes first.
I remember why we haven't played this game for a long time.
We've lost the dice.
I'm going next door and I really am this time.
Sit down, George. We'll play something
I
else.
don't want to play anymore.
George, I'm going to lose my temper with you in 1 second flat. We are trying to cheer you up and keep you happy, and all you can do is mope.
I don't want you to cheer me up. All I want to do...
Go upstairs, I know, but I'm not going to let you.
All right, then, what are we going to do all evening?
Well, you can read a book.
He can't read.
Can so.
Went blind watching television.
Did not.
All right, then. Look, why don't you settle down with a nice book?
Riddle my books.
Then we'll get you some new ones.
The shops are shut.
But the libraries aren't.
I don't belong to one.
Then you can always join.
I don't want to.
Come on, George. Now, come on, George, get your shoes on. We are going to take you to the library, whether you want to or not. And we're going to get you some new books. Now, whether you read them or not will be entirely up to you. But if I hear one more moan out of you all evening, you're going to do all your sitting down, standing up for the next few days. All right? Come on, kids. Shh. Be quiet, George.
He pushed me.
You wouldn't move.
That is enough. Thank you. My brother would like to join.
I don't. Shut us, George.
It does really.
Keep quiet. This is a public library, not a cattle market. Now, do you or do you not want to join this public library?
Yes.
Yes, you do, or yes, you don't.
Yes.
Little boy, are you trying to be funny?
He wants to join.
Yes, yes, I do want to join.
Good. I shall be happy to get you a form.
She doesn't look too happy. Binny?
Now, as you are obviously neither over 21 nor a householder, you must get that signed by a parent or guardian. You will return it when you return the books. Do you understand? Good. Now, what is your name? And I want the last name first and the first name last. Your middle name will, of course, come last after your first name. What is your name?
Gathercole. Gathercole.
And the first name?
George, G-E-O...
I can spell George.
Oh, sorry.
Now, pay attention. These are your cards. You are allowed to take away 2 books, but you must return them in a fortnight. If you don't, you will be heavily fined. Also, if you contract any contagious diseases, you will notify me of the event on your return. You will not draw on the books, turn down the corners to mark your place, or mutilate them in any way. Is that all understood? Very well. And don't run!
Shh. Wasn't she horrible?
Absolutely. She must be new here. The other one is much, much nicer.
I wish I hadn't come now. Don't know what I want.
We'll help you choose, George.
What about this, George? 50 famous footballers. Fantastic.
Really, we're supposed to be choosing books for George, not for ourselves.
All right. We know we're not wanted. Come on, Bin.
Now, George, come and tell me what kind of book you would like to read.
Anything about television.
George, there are times when I could happily murder
What are
you.
you asking?
Shh.
Oh, look, Willie.
What? The world's worst horror stories. God, I bet that's frightening.
I'll bet it is. I bet you could die of fright reading a book like that.
I wonder if I could get it down.
Oh, no, I don't think George would like it.
I'm only going to have a look, that's all.
Oh, no, don't, Willie.
Nearly
Oh,
got
hurry
it.
up before the lady gets back.
Just what do you think you are doing?
Wow.
Oh, Willie!
Willie, what have you
They
done?
have willfully hauled these books to the ground.
Oh, I'm
It was an accident.
I'm sorry. I'll help you pick them up. Willie, say you're sorry.
I am not interested in your apologies. Just get yourself and these hooligans out of here.
I'm not a hooligan.
I don't wish to discuss the matter any further.
Well, I do. Don't think because we're children you can treat us just any old way.
I've never been spoken to like this in my life.
Don't think I'm being rude, because I'm not. Well, come to think of it, if this is a public library, then you're a public servant. So thank you very much. I think you should mind your own manners, because if you really were a servant, I would have sacked you long ago.
Well,
Jess, you were fantastic.
I didn't know how you could do it.
I don't know how I did it myself. We'd better get George and run before she comes back for round 2.
Sorry.
Have you found something at last, George?
Yeah, 2 super books.
What are they, George?
The television fun annual for last year and How Your Television Works. I thought if we hurried back, we might be able to fix it in time for the Western.
George, can't you do without the television for just one night?
One night, perhaps, but if it isn't fixed tomorrow, indefinitely.
Going upstairs.
You know you can go!
Well, excuse me. Rent-a-telly, tenants, glorious area. What's that, sir? On the blink? Oh, well, if I can have your name and address, please. Mr. Harry Singh. For these yes. Well, I'll get someone to you just as soon as I can get hold of anybody. That's quite all right, sir. Thank you. Bye. Well, now.
Well, actually...
Excuse me. Rent-a-telly, 10th glorious area. Oh, it's you, Lionel. Well, whatever has happened to you? What? Broken down? Whereabouts? Good Lord, Marketborough? I didn't realise that we rented sets that far out. Yeah, well, get the van fixed as soon as you can, will you? I'm up to my eyeballs here, and hurry up about it. Wait! Well, then, what can I do for you?
I was looking in your window.
Oh, was you? Well, there's no law against looking in shop windows, and our window is prettier than most this week.
It's your birthday.
Eh? Oh, yes, something like that. Would you like a balloon?
Pardon?
I've got a packet of balloons here somewhere with Rent-a-telly printed on them. Very pretty.
I want to rent a telly.
Colour or black and white?
Ooh, colour, please.
Well, the cheapest one we have is 19-inch at £1.50.
A year?
A week.
£1.
50.
Oh, well, I was looking in your window.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. So, you were looking in our window and...
And I saw a notice.
What notice would that be?
It said free.
Ah, I know the notice to which you refer. It is a notice which says free. 1 colour television in your home for 1 week free. Does it not?
Yes, I think that's what it said.
Yes, that is what it said. Unfortunately, that offer is only open to people over 21.
Pardon?
Well, we're trying to entice people to rent a television set.
I'll rent a television set.
Oh, yes, 1 week's rentable, repayable over 30 weeks at 5 pence per week. No, thank you. You take a rent-a-telly balloon, young man, and thank your lucky stars I haven't bounced you out of here on your ear.
But I will rent a telly.
You're too young.
My mum's not too young.
Well, in that case, your mum can come down here and rent a telly for herself.
She can't. She's in hospital.
Oh. Well, if she's in hospital, she can't watch telly, can she?
I mean, she was in hospital, but she's not anymore. She's still in bed and very ill. I thought it would be nice to have a free telly.
Yes. Well, that would be nice. But that's more than my job's worth. Tell you what, you take one of these forms and get your mum to fill it in, and then I'm sure we can arrange 1 week's free viewing for her. Now, I can't say fairer than that, can I?
That's very nice, thanks.
Get her to fill that in, and we shall see what we shall see. Oh, here are those balloons I was telling you about. Would you like one? Well, he was in a bit of a hurry. Rent a balloon, 10th glorious telly here.
Well, what about it?
I don't know. I haven't read it all yet.
You don't have to read it. All you have to do is fill it in and they'll give us a telly.
A colour set.
For a week.
You sure it's free?
The man said so.
If you haven't got a pen, Jess, one in my school bag.
Wait a minute, Willie. It would be dishonest to take advantage of their offer if we didn't really mean to rent from
I
them.
want to rent from them.
I must say, I'm getting a bit fed up with jigsaws and crossword puzzles and looking at books. Culture's all very well in small doses.
Sometimes I just sit in front of the screen and imagine what it was like in the good old days.
Binny, what are you talking about? It only broke down yesterday.
Seems like years to me.
If I don't get to watch telly soon, I'll probably hang myself.
George, I'm only trying to be sensible about this.
All you have to do is put Mum's name on the bottom. She won't mind.
George, do you know what you're asking me to do? If I was to put Mum's name in the bottom of this form, it would be forgery. Forgery is a crime.
You did it before when you had to.
Yes, but only for absolute necessities.
A colour telly is a necessity.
I could go to prison if I get caught. Have you thought of that?
They wouldn't do that.
Oh, they would.
All right, if you're caught, I'll go to prison for
You're
you.
too young. I'll go.
Why am I too young? Why can't I go to prison? You always get to do
Oh,
everything.
shut up, both of you. Binny, go and get Mum's library tickets from the sideboard. If I'm going to forge Mum's signature again, I suppose I better practice a bit first.
You're fabulous, Jess.
George, flattery will get you nowhere, so don't try it. Now, it's got a funny M to start with. M with a curly...
That doesn't look very good.
I don't care how many miles it is, Lionel. We promised to get that set there this afternoon, and we will get that set there this afternoon, even if we have to carry it on your back. You're the only one of our operatives that breaks down regularly. And don't think I don't know why you do it, 'cause I do. So save your breath and start lugging that telly across the country. Yes. Oh, I do beg your pardon. That's one of our drivers. He keeps breaking down. But I know that it's only an excuse for him to spend the afternoon with his fiancée, who is a waitress in the Daisy Tea Rooms, Market Borough, Rotten Skiver. But that is neither here nor there. What can I do for you, madam?
I'd like to rent a television, please.
You mean you're a new customer?
I suppose so, yes.
Mrs. Hutchins, would you mind stepping in here a moment, please?
Oh, please, if it's going to be too much trouble, I can come back later.
Oh, no, you can't. Not now that I've got the form.
I'd rather not...
Mrs. Hutchins, I think this is the one we've been waiting for, and now that we've caught her, we mustn't let her go, must we?
Oh, please. Please, it's not me who wants to rent the set, it's my mother.
But you're the one who brought the form in now, aren't you?
Yes.
In that case, Mrs. Hutchins, will you kindly take the young lady into the next room while I phone the appropriate authorities?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, young lady, you have some surprises coming to you. High Street branch here. We've got her.
The electrodes which are sent out are concentrated into a beam by electrodes which act as a lens within the picture tube itself. You'll have to take the back off for that.
George, I'm not taking the back off this set, and that's that.
What else does it say? Does it mention valves?
Nope. Oh, go on, will you? Just a little look.
No.
I think you should leave it till Jess gets back.
If she gets back.
George, don't say that. You give me the creeps. That's Jess, she's back.
Have you got the telly?
Yes.
Where is it?
Man's just bringing it in.
Free?
Yes.
For a whole week.
For a whole year.
What?
They've offered a colour television set free for a year to their 1,000th customer.
And you're it?
Yes.
You're fabulous.
Just free colour TV for a whole year.
What's wrong, Jess?
Oh, I feel rotten about the whole business.
All right, Arnold. Down, Arnold. Put it down.
Fabulous.
Incredible. It's enormous.
It'd be like going to the pictures every night.
Well, take a good look at it, kids, because we can't get it working yet.
Oh, no.
Why?
Well, we haven't got a colour television aerial, but don't worry, we'll get one up as soon as we can.
No.
What?
Take it away.
Eh?
Well, I can't go on pretending any longer. You've been so nice to us, I've got to tell you the truth.
You don't, please, Jess.
Please, Jess.
Well, I couldn't live with it, knowing we'd come by dishonestly. Mr. Blessop, we don't deserve your colour television set, because we never really meant to hire one from you. We were only after a free week's viewing, and we would have sent it back after that. Oh, I'm sorry.
I see.
Now you've done it.
George, don't be like that. I was only trying to do what I thought was sensible.
I don't wish to discuss the matter any flipping
Lana,
further.
do you think you can manage to carry this television set out on your own? I'll have to give these kids a bit of a talking to.
Oh, please, don't be too angry with us. We wouldn't have done it really if it hadn't been for George.
He's a television addict. If he had to go with that television for another night, he's going to do something awful.
I was going to hang myself.
Yes, I could see when you came into my shop you was a desperate man. And this, I take it, is the root of the misery.
It died.
Did it now? Well, let's have a look at it, shall we?
You think you might be able to fix it?
Unless my eyes deceive me, this is the last of the old Vitaphone sets. Now, when I was an apprentice in the trade, I used to be able to dismantle and reassemble one of these with my eyes blindfolded. They were simplicity itself.
We don't deserve your kindness.
We do. Shut up, George.
Honesty should not go unrewarded, young lady. I'll have it working for you in a jiffy. Oh, when you left the shop the other day, I came across these. Would you like one?
Oh, thanks.
Anybody else for a balloon?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, no, of course not. Right, and now to business.
You really think you might be able to fix it?
Certainly. Before they shoved me behind a desk, I was known in the trade as Mr. Fix-It. Give me a screwdriver and a hairpin, and I'll have it burst into life before your very eyes.
What do you think was wrong with it?
Simple.
What?
The fuse had blown.